Direct Energy was selected. Direct Energy had also worked in the Gloucester area previously when Mass Energy sponsored the Mass Solar Connect program. And so many people in Gloucester had crossed paths with Direct Energy before, but we're very excited to have them leading our TownGreen2025 project to get as many solar installations in the city of Gloucester and to give a much more detailed look at how you can participate in solar in Gloucester. Jill, welcome. Whoops. I was almost ripped away your mic.
Oh, which one do I do?
Shirt, and you need to talk close to that too.
Okay. All right, I'm clipping. So I've been talking for 5 hours now, so if I'm going to keep this nice and short and to the point. But the first thing I wanted to say is I did want to really thank the town of Gloucester, TownGreen2025, and the Gloucester Meeting House Foundation and the Clean Energy Commission for selecting us for this program. We're really excited to work with the town of Gloucester. We do love the building department, and we have installed about 15 systems so far under the Mass Solar Connect program. We did pull building permits for every single one of those, Tim. So I think, and your building department is a dream. They are just wonderful. Is that still going? Okay. So they're just a wonderful organization. I think the systems that we've put in have gone in within 60 days of contract signature. So we know, there we go. That sounds, now I'm on. So we know that we can install quickly in Gloucester. We've brought an army today, and so to my left, we actually have 3 solar consultants standing and 1 sitting in the back. Neil, James, Sean, and Artie, and Jessica Martin was here earlier, and our sales manager Garrett's at the back of the room. But you know, the beauty of us, and I think when Candace talks about capacity, our local office in Westford has 5 installation teams, and not only are our sales guys really quick, but our install teams are ready to go. So we're excited about being here. And I'm just going to do kind of 10 slides, a little bit of a teaser, and then I'm going to invite you to our workshop on December 9th at the Senior Center at 7 p.m. So Tim, please advance. So I think I've introduced direct energy solar enough for everybody, but I have a couple of my favorite pictures on the solar growth in Massachusetts. I want to talk a little bit about why this is the greatest time to go solar, and I'll highlight the program. I'm not going to talk a lot in detail about the program, A, because I don't have enough time, and B, because I would like you to come see our workshop on December 9th. And so really quickly, direct energy solar, we were a startup in Maryland. We were called Astrum Solar. I would like to say it was started by a couple of MIT dropouts in a garage, but it was a couple of guys from the University of Maryland, College Park, who were watching the solar industry grow and thought that they could find a niche for themselves in providing excellent customer service and customer focus in delivery of solar systems. Our goal, you know, is we're not invested in any financing option. Our goal is to help homeowners and business owners find the right solution for them. We try to make things easy. We have a simple sales proposal. We'll do a system design. We'll run through iterations of a system design with you, but we'll work with you to find the best solution for you. All of the employees that you will come into contact are direct energy solar employees. We do not subcontract. And that's important, I think, because it gives us just better control over the quality and the timeliness of our installations. We have a big referral. Word of mouth is a big way that we get business, but we're also really skilled in community solar programs such as the Gloucester Solar Challenge. We have worked with the Solarize Mass program, which is the state-sponsored community solar program, since it began in 2012, and we've worked with roughly 15 communities in that program, actually, and an additional 3 communities, including Gloucester, that are choosing to run their own solar programs. So we've got this down to a science and a little bit of an art, because it's different in every community, but we consider ourselves to be kind of, that's our niche, is helping get lots of solar in a community very quickly. And simple, friendly, direct. Need I say more? Okay, next slide. So I like to show, I'm going to show these really quickly so we can get through them, but this is the 2006 picture of Massachusetts in terms of solar installations. And I think there's some other renewable or implementations in there, but look at the amount of yellow back in 2006 in Massachusetts. Then, Massachusetts has gone yellow. Okay, you can say it's gone green and yellow at the same time, but the reality is there's been a dramatic increase in the amount of solar available in Massachusetts, and that's related to a number of factors. Next slide. So, actually, a number of the speakers today have talked about the importance of a goal. The state of Massachusetts has established a goal of 1,600 megawatts of solar by 2020. This is an upgrade from the goal that they had that I can't even remember that they blew through in a couple of years. I believe there is over 900 megawatts of solar installed in Massachusetts today. But it's important to have a goal because then you can organize all your efforts and activities and strategies around that goal. We do enjoy high electricity prices, and because our utilities can only go out to bid for 6-month power supply contracts, we do enjoy higher prices in the winter when there's competition for natural gas supply. Certainly the solar panel industry prices have dramatically come down in the past 5 or 6 years, and that's helped a lot. The incentives are just incredible. The 30% federal tax credit pays for roughly a third of your system. When you get your next tax bill, the federal government has paid for a third of your system. There's a state tax credit up to $1,000. That's also a good chunk of change. And I'm not going to get into details. I know we will get into details on December 9th, but if you own your solar system, you get paid every year for 10 years for the amount of power that system has generated. And there's a process associated with that. But typically we are seeing systems installed on homes with good solar potential pay for themselves within 5 years. I think Tim had 4.5 years. The systems themselves last 25 to 30 years. And we're seeing returns in excess of 15%. So if you're a tree hugger or an investment banker, solar is good for both of you. Even if you're a tree hugging investment banker, it's good for you. I don't know whether you can be an investment banker tree hugger, but anyway. So community solar programs have been very popular in Massachusetts. There are now over 50 communities who have participated in Solarize Mass, and there are about 15 communities that have chosen to run their own programs. And it gives you more flexibility. You're not tied in with some state restrictions. It's not rocket science. It's all about outreach. It's all about word of mouth, getting people interested, providing information, educating people who don't know about solar, and being responsive to their interest in evaluating solar for their homes. So the idea is that Gloucester is going to generate the outreach to get a lot of people interested. As an installer, we're happy to provide a group price discount because we expect Gloucester to meet its goal. We expect Gloucester to exceed its goal of 100 systems during the program. Tiered pricing is a concept that is typical in these programs. You don't always have to have tiered pricing, but the way this program is structured, initially the price is set at a certain level. As soon as, I think it is about 107, as soon as you sell 15 systems, the price goes down for everyone. As soon as you sell 15 more systems, the price goes down even further for everyone. So your earlier adopters are not paying more. Everybody's going to ultimately get the same price. I believe we'll have no problem getting to 30 systems within Gloucester. I think we'll be signing a couple this week, actually. The concept behind these community solar programs is tiered pricing encourages you to tell your neighbors, to get your friends and family and other residents of Gloucester interested in going solar. Time limited is important because we all need deadlines. The beauty of the Concord Solar Challenge, which I ran a couple years ago, was I had control over the program deadlines, and I could evaluate those based on the number of people interested. But we had to set a deadline and communicate that to the community. We talked about the goal, the importance of the goal, and I also wanted to let folks know that if Gloucester achieves the goal of 100 systems, Direct Energy Solar, I almost said Astron, I've gotten out of that habit, but Direct Energy Solar will donate $25,000 toward a solar PV installation within Gloucester at the location of your choice. So that, the idea behind these community solar programs is you're all in this together, and the community benefits if a good number of you do go solar. Next. Oh wow, I'm almost at the end. This is probably good because I'm running out of breath. So I've not gone into the details on the equipment, on the pricing, on how to, how the basic process works. My goal today is just to kind of whet your appetite so that you come see us on December 9th. We've had a lot of activity at our table today. We've taken probably, I would think 40 names of people who are interested in a free, no obligation site evaluation, and we're going to get started on them. But we did want to encourage you to come to the session at the Senior Center on December 9th at 7 p.m. to learn a lot more about the program and the process of going solar. So yes, so it's always, you can always get started today, which 40 people have. We actually are online at gloucestersolarchallenge.org. We'll be working to put up more material on the website, including frequently asked questions and responses, and keeping that, enriching that website. But for right now, you go to gloucestersolarchallenge.org. There's a top line, you just click on Solar Challenge, you'll be moved right to that section of the website, and there's a sign up here button. Or we do have some folks manning the phones in a call center ready to take your call and look at your house on Google Maps and, consulting with you on how things look from a solar potential standpoint. Or feel free, we're still around at our table. And with that, I'm happy to answer questions. Okay, Tim.
What is the discount if 30 people sign up?
So we start pricing out, and keep in mind that using some round numbers, probably the market rate for the package that's being offered in this town is about $4 a watt. The starting price for this program is $3.40 a watt. Okay, so you're already getting a 15% discount. After 15 people, and I'm using some numbers, after we get 100 kilowatts of system sold, which is, the average system size is 7 kilowatts, so I'm just using 15 as a round number, the price goes down to $335 a watt. At 30 systems, it goes down to $330 a watt. So there's a very nice progression, but $340 even initially is a great starting option. The other thing I should let you know is that there is a $200 referral fee. If you sign up to go solar in the program and you refer a neighbor who also goes solar in the program, there's a $200 referral bonus associated with this. So great pricing to begin with, but then it keeps going down. Okay, so I just did this with somebody at the table, so bear with me. Oh yes, so round number cost for an average size system. Now I could do this with, I think the average, all right, I'm going to use 5 kilowatts because it's just easier. Okay, so if the average system size is 7 kilowatts, which is 7,000 watts. But we're going to use 5,000 watts, 5 kilowatts. That will generate, let's say, about 6,000 kilowatt hours a year of electricity. We find that the average system size we sell is 7. For a 5 kilowatt system, you probably help me if you could get on your, but I'm going to pick the lowest price point, the $3.30 a watt, because so that's 15, that is 1650, right? So, or 16.5, so 16,500 for a 5 kilowatt system, okay? A third of that, or 30%, I'm going to use real round numbers, so let's say 5,000 of it, you're going to get back when you file your taxes, because it's going to be a federal tax credit of 30%. So now you're at 16.5 less 5,000, you're at 11.5. When you file your state taxes, you're going to get 1,000. So now you're at 10.5. So I'm going to assume that you're going to save $500 a year on your bill. So now we'll round numbers again. We're rounding off here. 10,000 for the system. You're going to save $500 a year on your electric bill. And if that was the only benefit to doing the system, it would take you 20 years, right, to recoup your cost. But what you get, assuming that you're going to generate 6,000 kilowatt hours from that system, you're going to get 6 solar renewable energy certificates. And each of those is worth about $300. So for 10 years, every year for 10 years, you're going to get $1,800 in revenue from solar renewable energy certificates. So add that $1,800 to the $500 you're saving on your electric bill, all of a sudden you're in the 4 to 5 year range for payback. That's why this is, I have to use this because of Gloucester, it's the perfect storm for solar now. And the reason, part of the reason is, as Candace mentioned, the 30% federal tax credit is set to expire at the end of next year. What that means is your system needs to be in and connected by National Grid. It needs to be in service by the end of next year. So that's an extraordinary thing that's going away, at least as far as we know, by the end of next year.